Hi, welcome to Qi Gem. I'm Jem, and today I'm going to show you some stretches. I tell you at the beginning of all of my Qigong videos to make sure you warm up a little bit and stretch beforehand, and so I thought I'd demonstrate at least how I do it and what works for me. You can follow along if you want, or modify it to your own abilities, or do something else completely, but thought I'd just upload this and hopefully you'll find it helpful. Please like, subscribe, comment, watch all my other Qigong videos, because this is really just a little preliminary warm-up and stretching exercise so that you're ready for the actual Qigong. But it's very important and integral to the practice, so I highly recommend watching this before any of the other Qigong videos to just get warmed up and stretched and ready to move and channel your energy and start healing. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Let's go. So I've told you guys I usually like to start with about 25 to 50 jumping jacks initially, so let's go ahead and do those. Be sure if your body isn't feeling up to it, or if you want to probably don't do too many more than 50 jumping jacks to warm up initially, because this is really just to get your blood flowing so that when you stretch you don't pull anything that way, because your muscles need to be warmed up a little bit, otherwise they can, you'll stretch them, and if you're not careful it's a lot easier to damage them or pull them in weird ways even before you start working out. So warm up just a little bit. You can either do like a little tiny run, like one lap around a track, 25 to 50 jumping jacks, just shaking around a bit. There's lots of different ways to do it and lots of tutorials on YouTube and stuff, I'm sure, but this is essential to do before you start stretching. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. Alright, so that was our 50 jumping jacks to warm up. Let's get to the stretching part now. Okay, so to start our stretching, I always start with my neck. My neck and shoulders get really stiff. And that's the case with a lot of people. They keep a lot of tension there. So let's go ahead and do that first. These are similar to exercises I've taught you in the past. So just take one hand, put it over next to your ear, and slowly, very slowly pull it down to the side. Just press your weight down a little bit on it. If with any of these stretches you feel any pain, stop and warm that muscle up a little bit more. But as long as you go slowly and do each stretch for around 20 seconds, we'll do the other side now, you should be just fine, and it'll help you in your Qigong practice. So smooth that muscle out, feel that from your shoulder to your neck, and then pull it forward, placing both hands on the back of your head, and push down gently, getting that muscle at the back of your neck. And then what I like to do here as well is, while I'm pulling forward, I pull a little bit in each diagonal direction to get the muscles right here at the edge of my neck. Just gently pulling, pressing down a little tiny bit. Just move your head a little bit to loosen that up. And that's pretty good. So now we'll move on to the shoulders. Roll your shoulders up to your ears and then back, and we'll do that 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. Try to make them as big as you can. 3, 4, 5. And then we'll open up the shoulders even a little bit more by doing arm circles. So with these, definitely be careful and make sure you are warmed up. So just reach up and back, squeezing together your shoulder blades when you go back to get that really good stretch and open up your chest. So we'll do 5 backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can set them back into place. And then arm stretches. Go ahead and reach one arm over, lock the other arm over it, and we're just going to tighten this arm so that this one gets a nice stretch on the shoulder. So hold that for about 20 seconds. Remember to go slowly with all of these. Don't just jerk it over and hold it really tight. Just be gentle with yourself. We're just getting started. Now the other one. We're just trying to make sure our muscles are ready to move in the ways we want them to move. And it's good to breathe into the stretches too. Just breathing, opening, connecting with your body. So now we'll do a tricep stretch to get the back of our arm. So go ahead and place your arm like this. So you're kind of touching your opposite shoulder, but just bend it back a little bit, have it loosely there, and then take your other arm and hold your elbow and pull it back gently behind you to get that tricep stretch. Breathing deeply into that, gently pulling a little further, but not too much. And the other one, feeling that nice stretch, feeling our bodies starting to relax. And then our last arm stretch for the moment. Reach one arm up to your other shoulder, cross the other arm, kind of like we did before, but now you're cradling one elbow with the other, and with the elbow that's cradling, pull slightly to the side to get kind of the side of your arm this time is what we're stretching. That'll be good. Just gently stretching and pulling. We get a little bit of our shoulder with this one a bit too. And then gently releasing, switching to the other side, and pulling. So this arm is very loose and relaxed because this is the one we're stretching. And then this one is more tense to pull the other one. You want to make sure with every muscle you're stretching that it's mostly in a relaxed position, because then you'll keep from hurting yourself. All right, relax that. Shake it out a bit just to get that blood back in there. And then I move on to the legs usually. So with this one, again, to your degree of comfort, please be careful with all of these. But I like to open my legs about this wide, a little wider than shoulder width, and then reach down gently, making sure you're still supporting your back. Don't go over too fast, just slowly reach toward that foot, and what I like to do is you'll kind of feel it, you'll lean a little bit this way to the other foot and feel the inside of your thigh stretching a bit, and then by leaning forward, you'll also get the back of your thigh and the back of your knee. So just reach down, lean a little bit to the other side, and just get that stretched a little bit. You don't have to do anything crazy here. Just want to get that stretch behind the knee and your inner thigh. You'll feel those start to stretch, and again, just be slow and gentle with it, kind of rocking back and forth to get the different stretching points on your legs. And then I like to reach down with both hands and also stretch in the middle, because that gets a few more muscles that I may have missed. Just breathing in and then relax, go back up, bring your feet back together. Shake that out a bit. And then I like to do a thigh stretch, quadriceps, just the classic one like this. Just pull your foot behind you. Imagine roots coming from this foot going into the ground, and that's a great way to gain your balance with this one, although sometimes I still hop around with it, so don't be too hard on yourself, just be careful. Make sure you're just pulling gently on it, and then let that go. And then the other one, always have to picture those roots. And also putting your hand out to the side. You can use a chair if you want to. You can even do this while laying down if that's more helpful. Yeah, there's lots of ways to do it, but definitely works. Bending your knee just a little bit to lower your center of gravity helps sometimes too. All right, so now after that one, I like to do a stretch. It's a lunge, so put one foot forward and then one foot backward, and try to keep this foot down to the ground if you can. We're stretching the back of our calf here, so make sure you're balanced. Your feet are about shoulder width apart. Don't line them up together, then you really won't have balance. But the point here is just to get that back calf. And then if you're feeling really stretchy, what I like to do is link my fingers in the back like this, pull back so that my chest is opened up. This could take a little practice. I've been doing this for like 15 years now, definitely since high school. So it's one of my favorite stretches, so I can bend pretty far, fairly far. So while that back leg is still stretching, I lean forward and pull this up as far as I can, being gentle, and usually that actually will give me a nice back crack too, and loosen anything there. And if you breathe into that, oh, it feels pretty good. And then gently, gently coming back up, loosening those arms, relaxing that leg, and then switch legs. And so we're stretching the other calf, and then what I like to do is link my arms again, but in the front, pushing forward with my hands like this, and then I point them up to the sky and get a bit of a chest and neck stretch like that. I look up to back stretch, breathing into that, and then pulling that all back in gently. Shake that out. So those are my standing stretches, and then I do a few on the ground as well. I found these to be very helpful. So go ahead and take one of your feet and put it just at your knee, so it's bent like this at your knee. And then point this toe forward if you can, and reach forward and just stretch out this way for about 20 seconds. You can touch your toes if you want to, or work towards that. But this is a great stretch, and if you lower your head, you can get your back a bit too. Just try to feel out all the muscles that may need stretching. Let's switch. And if you feel anything that's really tight, you know, pay special attention to it. Be very, very careful. But those are the muscles that you definitely want to stretch. You'll just have to go more slowly if they feel more tense, and work that tension out of them. It's also good if you have a particularly difficult muscle to massage it while you're stretching. You know, sometimes I like to do, sometimes if my legs are really feeling stiff, which happens a lot in the mornings, I take my hammer fist and will do the exercise we do at the end of our Qigong practices and pat my legs up and down, and that loosens the tension a lot. Yeah, you're gonna have to get out of the way, I'm sorry. So then the next one I like to do is a back stretch. So place one foot on the other side of your other leg now, about at the knee. Pull it across with your opposite hand, and then turn, also being careful, stabilizing yourself with your other hand. Turn the direction of the folded knee, so you're turning towards whichever knee is folded, and pull that. And if you want an even deeper stretch, look the opposite way, and you're stretching all kinds of stuff: your back, your shoulders, your legs, your neck. Just, it's a great stretch. And then gently releasing that, switching over, swapping our hands and everything. Tuck that over, open up your chest, lean back, breathe into that stretch, turn your head, and feel all of that stretch out nicely. Alright, so my last stretch I like to do, this will be done in different variations for everybody. This is one of my very favorite stretches, and I've been doing this one since I was like 5 and in ballet, which I did for, you know, like not even a year probably. But I learned this in ballet and still enjoy it, the butterfly exercise. You know. So put your feet together in front of you, if there's not a cat there, and start with them farther out from you, and just lean forward the best you can to get your forehead as close to your feet as you can, grabbing by your ankles and just being gentle, stretching your back, your lower back, and your outer thighs. And then what I've found with this is it stretches different muscles the closer you go to your body. So if you can manage, you can get them to where your feet are kind of lined up with your knees at this point. It's a lot more inside, and then do the same thing. And that'll get more of your back. then the last one, if you're feeling good about it, try to get your knees as close down to the ground as possible. Again, don't hurt yourself with this. If you can't do it, just don't. But if you can and you find it useful, go for it. Just be gentle and go slowly. So pull your feet in as far as you can go, and you can lean down if you want, and that'll be a good stretch. And then you kind of push your hips forward a little bit too, to really get that inner thigh stretched out, which is a bit of a difficult thing to stretch sometimes, and very useful if you're doing a lot of hip bending exercises, which we do quite a bit in Qigong. So this is a very useful stretch. And then once we do that, my last stretch I like to do is grabbing under my knees with my hands and linking them there. And then I pull forward, pointing forward with my toes, kind of pull back with my back, and that gets a middle back and shoulder stretch in a place different than the others kind of got. You can feel your spine relaxing and releasing with this one. Just rounding your spine and pulling forward with your legs to really curve that, and then pulling with your shoulders a little bit too, very gently. All right, and then you're ready to start your Qigong practice. So hopefully you guys found that useful. That's my routine for stretching that I've done for about 15 years now. I do it before working out, before Qigong, before any sort of physical activity, and it has kept me healthy and going strong for a long time now. I also recommend just doing these stretches every day, because stretching is great for your body and it keeps it limber and keeps everything moving the way you want it to. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Thanks for following along, and we'll see you later.